lithium.com.au, and today I'm joined by David Selfe, CEO of TG Metals. David, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Kate.
So David, we've got some pretty exciting news coming out of the pipeline, haven't we? We've got a maiden resource coming out of Burmeister. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So this is our first lithium resource from the Lake Johnston Lithium Project on the Burmeister deposit. And it's a DSO-centric resource. So we basically use the parameters for DSO rather than processing right through to a concentrate to be able to generate the pit shell, which then defines the reasonable prospects of economic extraction. So we've ended up with 6.7 million tonnes at 1.2% lithium. So in addition to that, we've also upgraded the exploration target as well. So in addition to that, there's another 11 to 14.5 million tonnes at 0.9 to 1.2% lithium as well, which we plan to infill drill that and get that up to resources as soon as possible as well. So all in all, it's shaping up as a reasonable sized deposit, and certainly the first part of it, which we defined as a lithium as a DSO opportunity, is probably one of the largest ones defined in Australia, certainly for open pit.
Wow, that's really exciting. Just how significant is this maiden resource for what's happening next?
Yeah, so this is going to support enormously our mining lease application that we have currently at over the Burmeister deposit, and then once that goes through to grant, and we also be putting in a mining proposal at the same time, we should be able to then start developing the project as a DSO. We're quite close to the Esperance port, so relative to a lot of our peers in the lithium space. So that's where we plan to basically export from when we get it going, and we're going to try and do that as soon as we possibly can.
The more I'm learning about mining, the more I'm hearing that location is so important. So you guys have a bit of a heads up in that area, I understand.
Yeah, so in addition to being close to the Esperance port, we're also close to three currently operating lithium concentrators as well. And there was also one in care and maintenance. It's one down at Mount Catlin as well. So we're quite well situated in terms of if it's going to go DSO to Esperance Port, you can also truck that to any of those concentrators too if they want it. But what we're seeing at the moment is we're getting a lot of more interest from potential offtakers for DSO. The DSO market has really improved a lot in the last, well, basically this year, and there's a number of small players at the moment looking to commence DSO operations, and in fact Core Lithium up in the Northern Territory has done some DSO from their existing stockpiles as well. So where the feedback we're getting is that the potential DSO market this time round is going to be stronger for longer, and we're encouraging that opinion as well. Longer term, the opportunity for Lake Johnston is also to put a concentrator in to produce a SC6 and SC5.5 concentrate, which our metallurgy so far has shown that's easily achievable with our Burmeister ore. So yeah, a lot of development work ahead for us, and this is a great opportunity for TG Metals to get early production out of the Lake Johnston area.
This all sounds really exciting, David, but tell me a little bit more about the resource. Just how good is it down there?
Yeah, so the actual Burmeister pegmatites are quite unique. They're very spodumene concentrated. So the majority of the lithium minerals, in fact, probably 99% worth is in spodumene. There's very little in the way of other lithium minerals. We've got a tiny little trace bit of zinnwaldite. That's about it. but we don't have any lepidolite, we don't have any petalite. That's what the DSO off-takers and buyers want. They want to see a high degree of spodumene in the actual ore, and that's what we have. We're not, and we've seen that throughout the entire pegmatites that we've drilled so far. That there's no petalite that we can see, and there's definitely no lepidolite as well. So we'll have a clean product. We've done a lot of metallurgical test work on it to show that it will concentrate into an SE6 con and a 5.5 con with flotation, which is basically what the buyers of this DSO material are looking for. They're looking for what they can do with it back in wherever they ship it to. They want to make a concentrate out of it and then eventually convert that to a lithium carbonate or lithium hydroxide.
And I guess the million-dollar question is, what comes next for TG Metals?
Yeah, so our first thing is actually to get some sample to the potential off-takers and buyers of the product. So we're going to be doing a diamond core drilling program, which is not only going to do a bit of infill on the Burmeister resource as it currently stands, but also to provide necessary sample, which then needs to go to the buyers and the off-takers, and then they give us then feedback on pricing, what they would pay for the product, and also what other parameters that they need as well, and so we'll have that underway shortly, and then once we've got that sample out, we should be able to progress through then, hopefully to some financing opportunities too with some of these potential customers. So that will, if we get that, then we'll be able to push the project forward very rapidly. We'll, as I said to people, we'll throw the kitchen sink at it to try and to get it up and running as soon as we possibly can. If we get the backing of these off-takers, and we've seen there's a lot of interest that in the market so far. Probably Develop's been the most successful with that at the moment with their Pioneer Dome project, getting the backing of Trafigura for their development of their project. So we're hoping to emulate that to some degree as well with the Burmeister deposit.
David, I have a feeling we're going to be catching up again very soon. Thank you for your time and good luck. It sounds like you've got a lot on.
Thank you, Kate.